66 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Kelly Bates.
Hey, good evening and welcome back to you. What a beautiful day for Mom, huh? Very comfortable. Of course, temperatures were cooler. We made it into the 60s across southern New England rather than the 80s like we did on Saturday. So 66, the official high in Providence. We matched it in North Kingstown. 60s all we got in Westerly. 61 for Newport. Held on to the 50s out on Block Island and made it to 65, not only in Smithfield, but over toward the New Bedford area. So here's where we are now that we're losing the light of the day. Temperatures are starting to come down from the 60s into the 50s like in Newport. We've come down just a touch here in Providence to a current of 65. So our winds are generally pretty light. They're between 5 and 15 miles per hour, and they're going to slacken a little bit as we go through the overnight. And we have been picking up occasional higher gusts. Wind direction right now, we're funneling in air from the north still. That dry, cool air will continue to pour into southern New England. As we go through the overnight, our wind gusts have been moved inland. They were taking up a larger portion of the area just a little while ago, but now mainly up by the Worcester area. Higher elevations seeing a little bit of a gust, but it's not terribly gusty out there. It's just more of an item of note, I think. So what's happening is high pressure is moving in to take charge. And as this dome of high pressure, think of it like an upside down bowl. It's moving in and it's going to deflect this system here to go to our south. So this big dome is going to be in place. Now that big dome does a couple of things. When high pressure moves into an area for us, it does lead with this northerly northwesterly wind, and that will continue not only tonight, but as we go through the day tomorrow. So here we are, big dome of high pressure moving on in, taking charge, giving us plenty of sunshine for the early commute. I think the only issue you will have is solar glare. And as we go through the day, we're likely going to build in a couple of clouds. We have this very weak front that wants to come through, but that's it. That's all we're going to see from it. That storm system that was gathering to our west will be forced to our south, so we don't have to contend with that. Here's our hour by hour as we're going through tonight. We're going to go absolutely clear, and then we're going to go absolutely chilly as we go to the overnight. Lows are likely going to bottom out around 43 degrees. I know the background's a little intense. Just bear with me here. We do have concerns this week, and that has to do with the fact that we're looking at dry, breezy, and warm weather for Tuesday. Temperatures will likely be around 80 degrees for the high, and at the same time, we're looking at winds near 30 miles per hour. And we're coming off of a prolonged stretch of dry weather. As a result, there is the possibility for what we call fire weather danger, where brush fires are quick to start, quick to spread, and difficult to contain. And then we're going to follow it with a cold front that has the potential of giving us a frost or a freeze. This is why typically gardeners are advised to wait until the Sunday after Mother's Day to plant. And again, we are already in abnormally dry conditions, courtesy of the drought monitor. So our gardening forecast holds dry conditions. Get out and water those plants. If you put them in, you may even want to protect them Wednesday night and Thursday morning, because again, those temperatures are going to be dropping off pretty quickly and pretty far. So with that said, here's your extended forecast. There's your 35-degree low. It is not a misprint. 35 is what most areas will see. What I'm concerned about are the plants in the colder protected valleys, like out by Smithfield. The Greenville section of Smithfield is one of our colder protected valleys locally. Anything out by Norwood, Taunton also tends to be one of our cooler spots. So I'm expecting temps there to drop at or below freezing. So any new plants, you may need to cover them or protect them because you may lose them.
Okay, well, and also the brush fires, that's something to keep in mind, like you said, because earlier in the show we reported 2 brush fires in Attleboro just in 1 week, and they were pretty big. So,
and that was without the super dry conditions and without the super gusty winds.
Right, so if you are burning, if you can burn in your area, make sure you have water nearby, take the precautions.
And Tuesday, just don't do it.
Exactly. All right, thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it. We're sending it over to Nick now in Boston.